I'm Joyce Meyer, and I believe that God can heal you everywhere you hurt.
One in every 150 person alive is considered a victim of human trafficking today.
I didn't have choice because I believed them that they were going to hurt my family.
Do you feel you're making progress?
Absolutely. I have never been more excited about the possibilities of what we can do together.
If I can help with my story, just for one person, just one, for me, it's victory.
Joyce Meyer Ministries and our outreach arm, Hand of Hope, have been invested for many years now in fighting against human trafficking all over the world. And much of it started right here in Thessaloniki, Greece. You see, Chris and Nick Kane had a vision to make a difference in this huge problem that many people felt was too big to even tackle. And so we were able to jump along beside them and say, hey, let's see what we can all do together. And it's been a privilege now for 15 years, and we have seen incredible things happen. Now, you may be asking, what kind of a difference can I even make in a problem that's so big? Well, stay with us. I think you're going to hear some things that will amaze you. Late last night, we left our hotel in central Thessaloniki, Greece, and drove less than 15 minutes. In just a few blocks, the scene changed. From a modern metropolitan area to one of filthy alleyways shrouded in shadow. A truly horrific place, Thessaloniki's red light district. Row after row of cement block buildings. And most had this in common: one heavy metal door. A few small windows covered by iron bars and neon lights inviting men to come inside. Here in Greece, these brothels operate openly. Prostitution is legal. However, much of what is happening behind those doors is far from legal. Behind the doors are many women who've been ensnared, promised a new life, a good job, even real love. But what they find is slavery. They're held prisoner by physical violence, financial constraints, threats to their families, and emotional manipulation. I've witnessed many such places around the world: Asia, Africa, Europe, even the United States. And while they vary, one constant is the vacant stare in women's eyes: emptiness. Every time we do this, it turns my stomach. But tonight, I realize that touch of nausea, well, it's a good thing. There are some things we can never grow accustomed to. God, please don't let this ever be just another red light district. My eyes keep going back to those metal doors. It almost doesn't seem real from this side, as men freely walk in and out. But she's right there. All that stands between us is that door. But I know behind the steel bars are broken promises, broken bodies, and broken lives. I think of how she must suffer as man after man after man enters that room and leaves with another piece of her soul. It's a lot to process, those doors that separate us. I have a choice. I can remain here on the outside, forget about what I've seen, and let those doors stand forever as safe separation. Or I can face the ugliness and do something. The next morning, I sit down with Rania. Rania has lived behind those doors, if you can call it living. Ranya's not her real name. She can't share that for safety reasons and because her family has no idea what she's been through. As she put it, how could a mother survive knowing her child has experienced such terrible things?
Would you like to tell me a little bit about your story? What brought you here?
Sorry. When I was young, one of my schoolmates asked me if I would like to go to Greece for work in a hotel, just as just cleaning lady. I said, of course, because it's big opportunity. So I came here, and in just few minutes, it all changed because we met other people, and they told to me and one other girl that we must work for the money, for the tickets. It was work in a brothel. We couldn't show that this is against us. They are pushing us to do this. They're telling you that we know if you leave, we know where you live in your country, where's your parents, we know everything about you. If you want to see them alive, you must work. And it was, I couldn't tell no. So they didn't think about us that we are human or something like that. We are just like some kind of robot. We must work and that's it. When I was with those people, I get pregnant. And when I was 8 weeks pregnant, they made abortion. I wanted this baby, but I didn't have choice. Because I believed them that they were gonna hurt my family. Even for the worst enemy, I wouldn't give not even 1 second of that life which I lived then. Not even 1 second. From other side, I'm telling thank God that I came here because I met, I can say, my second family. The girls from A21, because they are now my family. They are everything for me. Because if not them, I know that I wouldn't be now here, and that I can have normal job and be normal person with freedom and be for myself and be happy. I never thought about that.
A21 helped me. 2 years I was in the program, and they helped me with the place where I can sleep, food. They helped me with psychologist for 2 years. I was so thankful because I was broken. And when I listened Joyce Meyer, she said, it's not about how you start, it's about how you finish. Because I started no good. A21 and the Joyce Meyer's videos was helped me a lot of these years.
It's been incredible to watch her journey of healing and restoration, and how from a broken person that was left on the streets, being full with hope, and a journey of restoration has been really incredible.
Yeah. How did she become connected with A21 in particular? What was her trafficking story?
She was drugged by a person she trusted, and she was placed in a hotel room where she was being sexually exploited. We were able to relocate her back to Bulgaria. And
so this happened outside of Bulgaria?
Yes, yes. It happened in a European country.
When I was coming back from Bulgaria, they started help me. For 2 years, every day somebody work with you.
Yeah.
And this how they did it.
That was love and commitment.
Yeah.
Was it difficult to trust in the beginning?
Yes. I didn't trust nobody. I didn't trust myself. I didn't know who I am. Somebody did something good to me. I don't understand what is that.
You saw a lot of terrible things, I'm
Yeah.
sure. This is such a horrific thing that happens to people. It's so difficult to imagine how a woman overcomes a situation like this. Because you've seen so many come through this, is it possible for her to really have healing, to start over and have a new life?
It is possible. It's a long process, and that's why one of the goals of 821 is to have the holistic approach. Each staff is aware of trauma, and we also work with professional counselors that also help in the process. We do a lot of art therapy, which really helps because most of the time survivors don't want to talk much, and it's understandable. But when they start doing crafty things with their hands, then all of a sudden there is a conversation. They open up, they share more, and that's how trust is built.
You said before that you didn't know who you were.
Yep,
Who are you now?
I'm child of God, and He's my Father.
How does knowing that change your life?
Oh, love change. When I talk about His love, I remember how He saved me every day in the street. How He was so good to me. Give me hope and future. I can say now, I can be in the place when I can give to somebody hope. This for what now I live.
How beautiful is that? That He gives you everything, that He makes you His child, but He also gives you the opportunity to help someone else.
Yeah. And this is what it's all about.
Yeah.
To help another person. Somebody help me, now I can help.
You know, Rania and Stoyanka are really two bright lights in this world. They have been through so much, but God has helped them in incredible ways. And did you know that you are an important piece of the puzzle for women like them and their healing? And right now, you can help rescue and restore more women. Will you do what you can? Through your gift today toward our Project Girl outreaches, you will be a part of the work we do together with 821 and many other outreaches all around the world. Work that is bringing people out of the darkness and into the light of God's love. And you can be part of their healing journey. Your gift not only helps to combat human trafficking, but you will offer education, fresh water, and the truth of God's value and love for women and girls everywhere. This is so important to Joyce. It's so important to me, and I know that it's important to you. Sometimes you just don't know what to do to help. Well, where to start is to go to joycemeyer.org. Find out more about our Project Girl initiatives and just do what you can. Pray and give anything that you can. To truly help, we must understand the tragedy of what is happening. We must meet the women who are devastated by it and understand the potential impact of our actions. You see, we can all make a difference because God is working to pull them out of darkness.
We've been in a whole lot of different types of red light districts, trying to help women in different countries, and they're all so very different. Whether it's a very impoverished country or it's in the United States, we still see the same look on women's faces of just emptiness and hopelessness. You think of how long the journey is to learn who they really are.
Absolutely. So you're rebuilding that self-image, that self-worth, because it's been absolutely torn to pieces and even rebuilt in a different way. Like we actually see a reconstruction of how people see themselves. It's demonic. And we're going to turn into one of the busiest streets here now, with where we will see a lot of brothels. And
so what happens for most of these women during the day?
These brothels run 24/7.
Do they?
Any day of the week, any time of the day.
So there's definitely no rest, no time for healing, no time for anything.
No. The other thing is that there can only be one woman working per address. What we are hearing from the victims that are being rescued is that there are many bedrooms in these places. The way that it's functioning is almost like a carousel. These rooms are being filled, many rooms, and the woman literally goes from one room to the next room where the next guy is ready, to the next room where the next guy is ready. So when we hear about some of these women being abused and forced to have sex with 20, 40, 50, 60 men a night.
Oh my goodness.
Even from a logistical standpoint, that is how that is facilitated.
And the amount of women that you have to fill all of these places must be astounding.
It is, and it's a whole system. We've often had victims who were rescued and they were moved all over the city and they have no clue where they were the whole time. We've seen this happen as well. Like in their process of being broken into this, the trafficker will bring in people dressed like law enforcement and they will try to trick them to trust them, to open up.
So complete emotional manipulation.
Complete. So you're removing every sense of self-worth, every sense of trust in authority, every sense of trust in other people.
You cannot even fathom the mindset and the physical trauma these poor people are going through.
It's absolutely heartbreaking news. Many of them will talk about how they have learned to kind of zone out and actually not be present in their mind, but just kind of switch off, and they don't know how long they've been there or how long they've been working for.
So what is the most successful route that you find for women to come out of a place like this?
Yeah, often it is when they are arrested or they get put in a detention center because they don't have legal permission to be in the country or something like that. Something where they're removed from the environment, but where we can interact with them to make them realize, hey, you did not choose this. Right. You were actually taken advantage of. They exploited you. But that's the journey.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it can be a long one.
Do you feel you're making progress?
Absolutely. I have never been more excited about the future and the possibilities of what we can do together. We've worked here now for 15 years, and we've seen an incredible partnership with law enforcement, partnership with the government at the highest level, where we are training law enforcement in the police academy, where we are working with labor inspectors, where we are working to improve legislation and laws in the country.
What an accomplishment.
Yeah.
I mean, that in itself
Right.
is so important and really amazing.
Yeah.
That God's opening those kind of doors.
Yeah, for 12 years now, we have operated the National Human Trafficking Hotline in Greece. This is not just a hotline where victims can call and find help. They can do that. But it is a resource line for the general public. They can call and report what they've seen. Law enforcement, they call us. They're like, we have someone here, we think they might be a victim. What should we do? And so they're coming to us for that assistance and help. And we can actually collaborate very closely like that to actually see a case brought through.
You had some amazing results not long ago with a large rescue at a hotel. Tell me about that.
We received an email from a lady who managed to escape by herself, and she left the country. And she stated that there is a hotel in Athens where there are located many girls who have been trafficked. We sent this information to the police, and as a result, 15 women from Latin America were rescued.
When you hear a story like this, sex trafficking at a well-known hotel, it could give you that feeling of, wow, this is just everywhere. It's too big to fight.
It is too big, indeed. But we focus on the one person that will be rescued. And we focus to this one girl who will be willing to change her life. I don't think I have words to express how it feels like seeing people gain their freedom back. It is a sense of relief that something has changed at that point, but at the same time, we do have a sense of responsibility. And we are trying our best, the team is trying our best to show them genuine love and care.
When we do see a victim find freedom, it's a big deal. When we win a court case and see traffickers find justice for their crimes, that's a victory. And we need to remember all those moments along the way that's so important, down to a survivor finding a job or starting a family, having a child, or finishing an education. Whatever it is, we got to focus on these things.
When we were here not too many years ago, we came to a shelter. And you still have that available for people who need it. But now the Freedom Center is kind of the next logical evolution of a better way to make something available where the people feel their own freedom. It's all about making them feel at home, right?
We found that the shelter model works really well in those emergency situations, those very early moments of just coming out of human trafficking, where you come out of a very extreme situation that may be need for medical care, and perhaps that there's an investigation going on where a trafficker is still free and roaming, and so there's a security element to that as well. And so we needed to find another model to have the longevity of our care. The Freedom Center is all about empowerment. It's about utilizing the services of the community. So we are partnering with legal services, with schools, with counselors, with dentists, with all the different services that are needed to actually help people forward.
Let's talk about how the Freedom Center works. This is a place that represents exactly what the name says. They can come and go as they like, get what they need, and always know that the doors are open to them. And this is a little bit different model for you.
Yes. The Freedom Center is designed to be the heart of the model for the survivors. We want it to be a location of safety and a place where they can learn, dream, always with the goal of becoming independent. They can choose to be taught about finances, budgeting. Greek lessons are an essential that survivors ask for, or even nutrition and meal planning. And then there's other programs that are more focused on understanding what trauma is, how it affects your body, basic skills to combat the effects of trauma. We don't have a plan that we create and set it out before them, but we sit down with them and say, okay, look, this is what we can do. Which way would you like to go?
So you're restoring choices and dignity to them again. That seems very important.
Yeah.
Tell me about the change you begin to see as time goes on.
That's the most beautiful part. Seeing the change in eye contact is the first thing. You know, in the beginning, early days, they avoid eye contact. When that starts to change, when interactions become a lot more friendly, but also when you can see when she has relaxed enough to be able to share a little bit about what's going on inside of her, rather than the facts only.
Do you remember the first day that you came here?
Yeah.
What was that like?
I couldn't open up. I didn't want to tell them what I feel, how I feel. It was like when I was working, they didn't let me speak for myself. They spoke for me. Now I have voice. I can say them what I think, what I feel. That this is most important.
What's important for you to say today?
Sometimes I like to go outside and just scream, I'm free, and I can feel.
When Radia first came in here, did you work with her from the very beginning?
Yes. When I met her, I could see the pain in her eyes, but at the same time, I could see a woman that she really needed support, and she's a strong heart.
How did you nurture those things in her, the strength and the potential that you could see in her that she could no longer see in herself?
After all the situations that she had been through, she had forgotten her value, what she's capable of. And when a survivor realizes that we really want to give love and care, I think this is the key.
In the start, she was just, I could say, my doctor. Now she's more than a friend. From the day one, beside me.
She showed you unconditional love?
Yes. I didn't believe her at first. Not a word. But still she is helping me. If I'm not okay, if I just have doubts about my work, about my personal life, she will gonna push me in the way she knows how to push me. And this is the most important.
Now that she's been through the program, you've had a lot of time with her. She's had a lot of time to get away from the situation that she was in. What things do you see in her now?
It's really amazing how far she has come and how many things she has achieved. She has a job in fashion designing. She loves it, and she's really she's amazing in that. Yes, she has a talent, and every time she's trying to do better and better, and I'm really proud of her.
The girls tell me, you are strong, you can do it, you was in that horrible state of your life. Then you survived. Now look how far you get.
You are very brave.
I'm trying. If I can help with my story, just for one person, just one, for me it's victory. Because if just one person will gonna think, oh my God, this is happening.
It will help so many people.
I hope so.
Undoubtedly.
I hope so.
You know, I've had the honor to sit down with women like Rania all over the world. When they share their stories, it's really a gift. It means so much. And what keeps us going is knowing that even in such terrible situations, we can make a difference. You see, this is so important to Joyce because of the experience that she had in her childhood, the sexual abuse that she endured, and the healing that God has brought her. It's important to me because I can just imagine my daughters or my granddaughter in a situation like this. The question is, what makes it important to you? You need to put a face to this. You need to think why it matters, because these women deserve for you to reach out and help them. We want all women to know that they have value, that you have value, and that you can do something important. One thing you can do is to join us today. Your gift toward our Project Girl initiative through Joyce Meyer Hand of Hope is going to make such a difference. It will help in situations like this, working with A21 all over the world and in many other places. It will also provide fresh, clean water, education, all those things that are so important in the lives of women and girls today. So we just want you to know that you have value, that we appreciate and love you, and that you can make a difference.
Have you been looking for a 365-day devotional? Well, look no further than the Promises for Your Everyday Life devotional from Joyce Meyer. There's a focus verse for all 365 days of the year, along with a prayer starter. Get your copy of Promises for Your Everyday Life devotional at joycemeyer.org/365devo.
The biggest thing that we need to do is learn how to think like God thinks, and the only way you can do that is by knowing the Word of God.
In Words to Live By, Joyce Meyer shares how studying the Word of God transformed her life. Experience a deeper and more meaningful relationship with God through the captivating collection of verses in this beautiful hardcover book by Joyce Meyer. Discover the transformative power of His Word. Words to Live By from Joyce Meyer. Get your YouTube exclusive offer today. Go to joycemeyer.org/words and the number 2.
Have you ever been trapped in a never-ending frenzy where every passing moment feels like a blur, leaving you gasping for a chance to pause and catch your breath? In her insightful book, Pursuing Peace, Joyce Meyer explores the importance of seeking peace at all costs. This beautiful hardcover edition is filled with meaningful scriptures and uplifting quotes from Joyce, providing valuable guidance for living a peaceful lifestyle. So grab a cup of coffee, find a comfortable spot, and embark on your journey to find peace. Remember, this limited time YouTube offer won't last long. Go to joycemeyer.org/pursuit to get your copy today and start your pursuit of peace.
The mind actually is the battlefield. That's where we win or lose the war with Satan. He said all he gets to say.
He uses a lot of
The rest of the day is mine. You start asking God to heal you, and He will restore.
Is the God of all comfort, and I am so grateful that I know how to call on God.